Hi, Phoenix. How are you doing this actually? So you're always the first. So many questions right from the get-go. Okay, guys, let's wait a couple minutes. Happy to see you, Phoenix, here. You're like, this is your goal to be the first every Friday. And you achieve it every time. So it's pretty impressive, man. Okay, let me answer this question before we have more people. What is your favorite token meme? Pete, man, obviously. Hi, guys. Hi. Let's wait a couple minutes. Galka is here. Yeah, we can start. Yeah, okay. All good. Galka is here. Okay, guys, let's get started. It's Friday, and I'm back to Dubai for some time. Not sure for how long. I was in Europe. I'm back to Dubai now. Gonna go back to Europe probably and to Turkey for the conference on the 14th of August. So if you're in Turkey, and I know some of you are in Turkey, we'll be happy to see you. I have a talk on the 14th in Istanbul. So you're very welcome. I think I have some tickets. I have like 20 tickets, free tickets. So if you want to attend the conference, let me know because I have 20 free tickets for the Istanbul conference. Uh, okay, guys. So yeah, this week. So what was happening this week? Um, development bridges are on the stage net. The other direction from waves to unit is being tested on the test net. We will add them to the front end that was created for the direction from units to waves, and then we'll add them to the testnet campaign. So you can help us test. What else happened? Bridges for L2MP. I don't remember when it happened. Yeah, we had Solana bridges last week. And there is some like nice activity around L2MP in general. Bridges, some volume on WX. So yeah, L2MP guys is very undervalued. So this is it basically. Everything's going pretty well, I would say. Influencer campaign is not so big, but we started the Korean campaign today, guys. We started the Korean campaign today, which is amazing. You know, we have I think hopefully we have good partners now in Korea. And they're managing the Korean KOL campaign, and they started today. So let's see how it goes. Otherwise, if you want to ask me how units is going forward, it's pretty well. I think it's going forward well. We have new like internal people who help us with biz dev. So we're gonna have like some public announcements soon because we have like some special partnership people who are gonna be in charge of partnerships. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So we're not gonna delay. We're gonna launch it in September. And then we will be launching something else. We'll be helping projects launch on units, you know. So I think this is not gonna be over because this is gonna only go up. So we're gonna ramp it up gradually. So units launch will be September. Right after, we're gonna have several projects launching on units, and you're gonna need your unit zero to basically get the tokens of those projects, because as you know, everything is going to be like DAO governed, And if somebody wants to launch his chain, the DAO has to vote for the project. And in return, the DAO receives tokens of this chain. And also this is like some kind of like chain of incentives. Chain of incentives. If you have unit zero, you're gonna get like a constant perpetual flow of new value coming to you. This is the idea here. So that's why it doesn't make sense to delay unit zero. You know, the launch trying to make it like more spectacular. No, because it's gonna be spectacular as a whole. Because we're launching unit zero, right after that, like unit one, unit two, unit three launches, and it's becoming more and more fabulous with each day, with each launch. So this is the plan now, and we're gonna implement it. Galka, thanks for sending me the pics. Man, you don't wanna, you don't want that, believe me. Let me not go into the details because you won't like it. Why are you messing with virus? VIP 26. What do you mean? First forum was taken down, now the V1 votes were removed. No, I'm not following, guys. I will find out. Maybe some hosting problem, or we didn't pay for the forum. Nothing happens with virus. It remains in exactly the same shape that it was like 1 year ago. No, man, I'm not touching virus. This is like very stupid. Okay, so maybe we want to have some kind of fun in terms of like competition or some. Do you want it? Do you want to do some L2MP game again? Some FOMO, guys. Maybe I can come up with something if you want. Because yeah, last week, what else happened? We finally TVL campaign on units crossed $1 million milestone. Yeah, it's less than 1 million now, but it was 1 million actually yesterday. And it's only community because we haven't started with like external community promotion. So yeah, Waves community was able to bring 1 million TVL in Waves, which is good. The API endpoint for the votes was removed. Let me ask. I have no idea actually about that, man. So guys, if you want some moral to MP, okay, guys, let's maybe break this 1 million milestone once again. So let's play this game. So we're gonna play FOMO. Shall we do that? Okay, let's do it. Uh, Now we have let me just type the rules of the game. Let's make it 40 minutes. So guys, let's play this. Basically, if you deposit in units.pepe team until the block 215 at the end. So this is like 40 minutes. You have 40 minutes to do it. And your deposit has to be the largest. In this case, you get, because it has to be in waves. And the person with the largest deposit gets the amount of his or her deposit multiplied by 10 in L2MP. For example, if you stake 1,000 waves in the return drop campaign and units dot pepe dot team, you will get 10,000 L2MP. If you deposit 10K waves, you will get 100,000 L2MP. And the person who deposits the largest amount gets this price. Only one person. For 40 minutes. You have 40 minutes. So if you deposit 100,000 waves, okay, in this case, you will get 1 million L2MP. So, Joaquin FOMO, what's Joaquin FOMO? How soon will fiat appear on the stock exchange? What do you mean? Where? On which stock exchange? I understand that you are using a translator. Can you elaborate? Any update on 100 power hacker? Yeah, actually, I'm thinking what to do. Man, if you see me, man, like I'm thinking what to do with you, because uh, it will require some more investigation. Basically, we have some person, but I'm thinking how to proceed, because it doesn't look like an internal job. Because I was thinking that it was something that came from inside, but it's not so obvious. So I'm thinking how to proceed and whether it's worth it at all. But I must say that actually we were able to get the KYC data. Yeah. Can we know his name? No, you can't, man, unfortunately, because uh, it won't tell you anything, and it didn't tell me anything. So I'm just like thinking, so if it was like $100 million hack, maybe it was worth it, but in this case, it was mostly to understand how the shit basically came down, and, and it looks like in order to understand that, we would need to do a lot more now. And probably this is not the main focus of our activities right now. I'm from Italy. Ciao. Emanuele Paganini. Wow, man. You have a beautiful surname. Okay, guys, more questions. Not so many people now. Everybody's like having vacation or what? So yeah. We need to have more activity. We need to have more activity. It's time to move. 25 people watching, guys. Okay, let's see how FOMO game goes today. Because if there is no interest, I won't do that again. I don't know if you watch UFC. I actually stopped watching it a while ago, but it was pretty funny. I think at one of the last events, they always had this bonus for best fights. It was 100K, you know. And if you're like performing really well and like in a very spectacular way, you get like 100K, you know. And I think last time or like during one of the last events, Dana White said that, no, guys, I won't be paying this again because it doesn't motivate you. 100K doesn't motivate you. So we won't be doing this again, you know, and they have been doing this for like many, many years. But people are not motivated with 100K. So if you're not motivated with L2MP, I will not be doing this again. And I can give you 100K, guys. What is happening for L1 to L0 bridge? Is there any issue with it? Actually, I think it's working. So we are waiting for the other direction, and then we will update your front end, meaning the front end that was created by the teams, two front ends. And you guys had your own, but somehow you didn't complete it. And we will announce. When will it be possible to buy and sell tokens for USD? Okay, good question. I think currently you'd better ask Pepe team because they're like in charge of bridging on WX. So if they do not do that fast enough, maybe we'll have some other provider. But currently, I hope that they will actually do that sooner or later. Because now I'm focusing on units, and there's going to be some activities around WX, of course. Because WX has to become great again. You know, so but let's launch units first. And there is a lot of very different activities around this. And WX will work with external providers, and it can have several. So as you can see, we have like L2MP was bridged by all bridges. So we have like multiple bridging providers, and this is the way I'm gonna take. So I'm not gonna do my own bridges. You know, this is the last thing I would do. You know, if you ask me what is the most exciting project, I would say bridges and also DeFi. You know? This is the least exciting crap that, you know, okay, no, let's not call this crap. But for me personally, this is something that I won't ever touch. So we will work with different providers for fiat, for bridging. We will onboard DeFi projects to units. And our goal, our mission is to create the core product, the infrastructure. Opposite side is on the testnet, Galka. On StageNet, next week is gonna be on testnet, guaranteed. Yeah. Hi from Italy. Yeah, I replied. So guys, more questions. You are very sleepy today. Dubai in August looked like this, by the way, guys. So like they're messing with the climate, basically, and they're creating clouds. On one hand, it's not so hot here. On the other hand, it looks gloomy, really depressing. You don't want to be here because it's kind of like it looks like some kind of, a video game about zombies, something like that. So I'm not impressed, I would say. I like when it's sunny here. But to be honest, it's not so hot here. It's like 34, which is nothing. I don't even feel it actually, to be honest. Ah, if you deposit 10 waves, you get 100 multiplied by 10. Where I park my yacht, I won't tell you. It's not here. It's not here. It's in the Caribbean, of course. Yes. 100-meter yacht. And you know what's it called? It's called Galka. Okay, guys, you seem to be like not so very active today. Yeah, because we had to do something for this anyway, but I just arrived in Dubai this night. Uh, 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 so I wasn't ready to prepare something. And to be honest, I thought that they would be Thursday, like I'm so I'm really deep into units. Hi from Turkey. Yeah. Hi, man. I'm gonna be in Turkey on the 14th of August. After 1 year, we will be able to stake our unit zero. After 1 year, you will be able to stake it in the DAO immediately, I think, if you want to participate in the governance process. And it better because it should be very profitable. Yeah, come to Istanbul event, guys. I'm gonna be there. I want some kebab. Okay. Can you have it wherever you are, man? Kebab is everywhere. Will there be a marketing campaign for Turkey? I think yes. What we do now in terms of influencers, and it's going to be slow. We wanna do some allocation campaign for influencers, not paid, but for allocation. And paid, we tried, and I wasn't impressed. So it wasn't so big, but it didn't feel like it would scale. So now I want to try to do some kind of like allocation campaign when KOLs get some allocation. And there's like the third tier of this when KOLs pay for allocation. But in our case, our case is quite complicated, guys. So I don't think they will do it. But for some projects they do, some like huge projects supported by huge venture firms like Paradigm, and basically they sell allocations to KOLs, and KOLs promote them. But now I think there is a problem with that as well, because the market now is kind of uh, somehow undecided, I would say. So it's like it's not any kind of bear market, but everybody's waiting for the American elections, and people are just waiting. So about marketing campaign for Turkey, yes, I think it's going to be a part of this KOL campaign that I mentioned. I'm mistaking zero, like, no, you won't be able to do that, man. How come? Why? No, no. It's not how it works in units. So it's not, it's like Ethereum actually in terms of execution, but not in terms of consensus. So you have to like have a clear picture here. So it's like 100% Ethereum in terms of execution, smart contracts and such. But in terms of consensus, it's something else. So you can't stake Unit Zero. No, you can't. Is there a date planned for units down power? Right after the network launches, we will launch the DAO. Still have any connection with Aztec? I talked to him, yes, from time to time. I talked to him a couple months ago. He was asking about uh, how we could support his game, which I think is nice. I'm not a gamer, but from what I saw, I think he had a very nice game. But 2 months ago, actually, we couldn't do anything for him, unfortunately. Uh, let's see how it goes after units. I actually, of course, I remember Aztec, and I will remember him forever. So because he has been with us for so long, so it, so I would just like to help him with his endeavors, and I don't need anything from him. Like, uh, so basically, user need always to stake waves to get Unit Zero. Yes. You could potentially, probably you can make some setup, like a separate chain, where you can like, uh, no, but how's it gonna work? You can do something if you really want to, but I don't understand why. So basically, the idea is to boost waves. So basically, to mine tokens in different subchains, you will need waves. This is like the whole point here, actually. So everything goes through waves. And on one hand, we are creating new tokens and new chains, but on the other hand, it's still all based on waves. So this is the actual point here. Man, Толси, wow, man. Сергей, привет. I can't believe my eyes. How are you doing? Uh, he's a good man. Yeah, Aztec is a cool guy. I saw him once or twice even in Turkey. He has a very contrarian view, you know. Like, so do I. Okay, guys, give me more questions and how the game is going. You don't have that much time. Yeah, Tulsi is here. Can you imagine if it's him? I don't know. Can you confirm that it's you, man, somehow? So how many minutes do you have? Let me take a look. 20 minutes. But I don't see much action, guys. That's me, guys, is not a proof, man. That's me, guys, is not enough. Yeah, I've been watching new features in Ton and Ethereum for the last few years, and they were in waves about 5 years ago. Yeah, man, absolutely. We are just ahead of our time. So, Tulsi, I have a new Telegram. Ask someone if you want to reach out. Actually, it's like it's a hint. It's the same as my very first Telegram. The same handle, so it's pretty easy to find. Yeah. When don't ask me about the ways domains and like and the ways domains is gonna move forward. That's it, man. So you guys, you have been pestering the guy so much that he just decided to quit. So guys, like and now actually another team is in charge of keeper and ways domains by extension. So stop with those questions. It's like how much did you spend? Like $100, man, or how much? Like, oh, cool, man. Thank you. How come public doesn't recognize Waves blockchain superior in speed, ease, and more? I can explain, man. So it's not so important for the public. So what is important is marketing. And Waves wasn't very good with this. So I wasn't able to market Waves the way Solana is marketed, for example, because I never thought that it would make sense, because Solana is not bad, and I like the approach. It's viable, but Solana is marketed as a platform for launching meme coins. And what is the value of this? There is none. So uh, so you have to create something really spectacular to stand out from the crowd, like something really spectacular. For example, Ethereum is not spectacular. They were just like the first movers, no? And there is many things that are really infuriating in Ethereum, like, but they just got distraction. Then the VCs came and they have a lot of money, and it's okay. So and all blockchain projects are quite similar to one another. So we need to create something radically different to not depend on VCs, centralized exchanges, and such. And we're gonna work on that. There is like several pretty good projects, like for example, so I'm not following that closely. But for example, Ergo guys, they're pretty good and technically very good. But nobody cares much about them. They have a pretty strong community, uh, but so nobody cares. The same can be said about Waves, but it doesn't mean that there is no value in what we're doing. It means that we have to create even more value. We haven't created enough. 10 waves, man. Okay. Thank you very much. Fuck you. Okay, man. No, you won't receive 10 waves. Wait till it's relaunched. Uh, I think the people who handle Keeper will also deal with domains now. What do you think about S fund? I don't know them. Sorry. How will Linux network make Wave spectacular for the public? Man, so it's a good question actually. So because you're asking me what radically different we are doing now from other projects. And it might seem that it's not totally different. It may be the case, right? But I think that in this case, we're gonna just like be the first team that completes this layer two narrative, you know. And I think layer twos are the best way to achieve scalability for the next decade. Uh, and those layer twos have to be like more tightly connected to the underlying layer one, which is not the case in Ethereum, for example. And we just want to be the first, to create a very tight connection between underlying layer and all the layers built on top of it without like centralized bridges based on the same consensus guarantees. So this is what we want to do. So in this case, we just want to be competitive and do the thing which is important for the technology. Because in my opinion, this is some kind of end game for blockchain for the next 10 years. I think there is not going to be anything else, to be honest. I've been thinking about that like really a lot, like really hard. And I don't see any directions besides layer twos and something like Solana, where you have like some kind of parallelization of execution, but based on the same system state. And it all like basically hinges on global consensus, so this idea actually limits what we can achieve with decentralization. If you have global consensus, and you need to have it in all blockchain systems, it limits you, so, but how to circumvent this, I don't know. Because basically what the problem is, you can have meaningful applications beyond finance. It's going to be all about monetary applications, because you can because what you can achieve through global consensus, you synchronize data over a large network. So you have like 1,000 nodes, and you want them to have the same state and the same blockchain. And obviously, if you think about it, it's very inefficient because it's just data replication. And you can't replicate a lot of data. It just doesn't make sense. So it's inefficient in a way. And you can replicate some like monetary data, which is valuable, but there is not much data, So if you want to like create some decentralized file storage, which is going to be like secure and which is going to guarantee that your files won't be deleted, probably you can do that with blockchains. So this idea of global consensus is good for financial applications when you basically need to synchronize the ledger data, basically the account balances. When you try to do something else, you hit the limitations of global consensus. So this is a problem here. To create like truly decentralized systems, like some kind of sharding, as Vitalik said, like network of Raspberry Pis supporting the whole Ethereum, something like that. Uh, you need something else, definitely. I went on a tangent here. Sorry for this rambling. Uh, Ivan, stop asking difficult questions. No, it's not a difficult question. It's like it's a deep question, man. You know, like, and probably you can't understand all the subtleties here. So, and I'm not sure that it's like it's something that is interesting for the people here. Hey, crypto espacio. West Enterprise. Yes, I'm still waiting for the new tokens from Pepe team. And after that, there's gonna be some launch. When is the official launch of units? September, like early September, mid-September. We're not gonna delay because it doesn't make sense. We need to launch it fast. It's coming, so not so much time to wait. So how many minutes do you have till the end? Ten 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. No, I think no more bonuses for you. Nobody's participating. So, okay, but okay, I think we will have to bring more attention to these AMAs. What do you think of Ondo Finance, U.S. Treasuries, RWA? Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, so RWA is like is not a completely fake narrative, but it's like fake-ish, because RWA is what people called tokenization several years ago. And in case of like tokenization of the treasuries and similar assets, you always have some kind of like centralized entity that handles the custody, for example. And if anything goes wrong, that entity goes bankrupt, for example, you are fucked. So it's not exactly crypto. It's like USDT, for example, Tether is not exactly crypto either. It's like it's an electronic payment system based on blockchain, you know. And RWA is uh infrastructure for assets trading based on blockchain, but it's not crypto because there is a very big chunk that is not decentralized. So, but on the other hand, if you ask me what is the prospects of this, I think it's gonna be big because at the end of the day, all financial assets are gonna be on the blockchain because it's just like a better environment. It's like more accessible, and there's some kind of like interoperability between different platforms, which like traditional banking networks uh, don't achieve so easily. So blockchain is going to be big in finance, and all assets are going to be on the blockchain. But it's not crypto, it's something else. Any updates regarding virus and will extend price come back? It's like it's going up slowly. And it all depends on how successfully we can launch units. if the launch is good, there's going to be more liquidity. Some of it can be channeled into additional XTN buyback, maybe to some like buyback on VRS. So let's wait. It's not too long to wait. But as you can see, there is some activity around XTN price now. So there is some like, but buyback is going on as always with Waves tokens. If Waves price was a little higher, the buyback would be more visible. But let's see how it goes. As I said, let's wait for the unit's launch, and it can actually be the deal breaker here. Will units be launched this year in September, man? In September. In September. Mehdi Mason is asking in Russian why Koreans are buying up so much waves. It's a good question, man. So somehow they like waves. They have a lot of waves, and I'm gonna go to Korea and I'm gonna try to explain what they should do with all that waves that they have. It's September. Korean Blockchain Week in Seoul is at the beginning of September, and I'm gonna be there. And hopefully this time I will be able to reach out to the Korean community because it's not so easy. And as I said at the beginning, we started the KOL campaign today, Korean KOL campaign, just today, like this morning. So there is no visible results as of now, but let's see what happens in 1 week. When will you Tether appear on Waves blockchain? Good question, man. Actually, there was a problem with this because we did discuss it with them around 2 years ago, maybe a bit more. And it's pretty hard because Waves has native tokens. So we have some like smart assets, uh, but it's pretty hard to implement what they wanted because they wanted to be able to block any address that has USDT. And it is very easy to do on Ethereum. But on Waves, it's really not easy to do. And I was thinking how to do that. And they also wanted, I guess, $1 million or $2 million. Yeah. So, and combined, basically, those two factors prevented us from having USDT on Waves. After that, we had some FUD, DPEG of USDN, VIR situation. So let's see how it goes. Of course, we will reach out sooner or later, maybe for units. But as you can see, you don't have to have USDT integrated in your chain natively. It can be bridged. And I don't think there is much difference for the users, actually. So some chains do not have native USDT, but they still have USDT, as Waves does now, for example. This is just bridged. So it's not like the end of the world if you don't have USDT implemented natively on your chain. Are there Korean Waves-based projects? Not at the moment. I think some teams tried to do something years ago because Waves was well known in Korea, but Korean market is very focused on trading, so it's mostly about trading. There is some Korean projects for it, of course, yeah, but they also have some like Korean chains. I forget Clayton, I think. So they're trying to push their own chains. yeah, more Dar is asking about marketing. Man, marketing is there. So it can be, of course, bigger. Uh, but we are doing marketing and trying to also somehow improve the overall situation around waves. So at the same time, which is not easy. You know, it's easy to do marketing from scratch. When you have some legacy, it becomes a bit harder, although not impossible. Okay, how many blocks till the end? In how many blocks? Ah, it's done, guys. So who is the winner? Let me find the contract address. Okay, let me answer some questions. Maybe you will find. Nothing happened. Oh shit. No more games for you. No more games for you guys. No more bonuses for you. Koreans buy L2MP. Why not? L2MP. You know Korean, man. Wow, wow. I know only Pepe bridges and waves. It's quite difficult to trust the assets to them. What will happen with them if the bridge be closed or stopped? Uh, why should it be closed, man? It's like it's a very good bridge actually. It's decentralized. It's not a gateway. It's a proper bridge. You know, there is like smart contracts on all participating chains. There is like Oracle system. There's like interchain Oracle protocol that transfers data between different chains. So it's a very good chain. It's not worse than, I don't know, Stargate or Layer Zero. It's basically the same in terms of like technology, you know. So why are so pessimistic? They have a good chain bridge, but of course it can be the only bridge on waves, obviously. And now we're like preparing units, and units will have more infrastructure, of course, you know. With ERC20 waves, yes, Pepe Bridge supports ERC20 waves, which probably should be done. Yes. No, why it's not manual? What do you mean manual? They can do it manually, I think. But how do you know, in certain cases, like in some kind of like uh emergency situations. But how do you think like each transfer is manual? No, it's not. No, no, no. Like currently we're doing on unit 01. No, unit 0 it's like it's based on consensus. So it's like trustless, you know, it's different. But of course, bridges is the weakest point in crypto, that's for sure. Not Pepe bridges, bridges in general, you know, because when you have different systems which are built differently, technically, uh, incompatible, you know, and you need to connect them, nothing's good. Nothing good is gonna come out of this, you know, because they're not built to be compatible. No, this is a problem here, and it's hard even to like do some decent bridge for two EVM chains. So because blockchain technology has a lot of intrinsic limitations. Okay, guys. So a couple more questions. It was a very slow AMA. Maybe you were slow, maybe I was slow, maybe both of us were not very exciting. Are you still looking for a solution for USDT? The solution has been announced. We just need to implement it, man. The solution is buyback in one way or another. You know, so what other solutions are there? For that, you need some funds. Funds can come from inflation, which is the case now. They can come from new liquidity, which can come in turn from launching new stuff, and we're launching units. And basically that's it. So it's like a multi-prong approach, at least two-prong approach. So Wave's price should become higher, which will increase the buyback, and units launch should bring more liquidity to Waves. What next week? Next week, the other direction for bridges is going to be on the testnet uh, from units to Waves. And more marketing, more announcements. In terms of development, we are very, very close. Right after bridging is done, we're gonna start working on the DAO and prepare for the launch. Take funds from the miners. I will take funds from you, man, if I find you. With Binance gone, are we planning other top exchange listing for more exposure? That would be who, actually? Coinbase probably will not list us. As for Binance permanency, if it's permanent or not, I think in the foreseeable future, yes. In more distant future, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to Binance? Who knows what's going to happen to us? But I wouldn't be so hung up on Binance, guys, you know, because you know that I'm not a fan of centralized exchanges. Uh, but why do you need Binance actually? If you, I understand that you want Wave's price to be higher, but are you sure that you need Binance for that? You know, just like because when Binance delisted, it crashed Wave's price. So you think if Binance relists, it will bring Wave's price back? I'm not so sure about that, you know. So if you care about the price, you know, when you need centralized exchanges, when you need to sell, you have a lot of waves, guys. You want to sell at $1? I don't know. Do we know what percentage L2MP stakers will receive from millions or still not? It's gonna be enough. It's gonna be like dozens of percent, like 10, 20, maybe more. So it's gonna be a pretty decent chunk of the total supply. Don't worry about that. It will be announced pretty soon. Binance gives more exposure. Exposure works in both ways, man. So they're gonna pump you and dump you. If you have too much exposure, they will expose you. So it's like it's a double-edged sword. Sword. A very difficult word in English because it is spelled sword, but it is sword. Do you know why OKX also refused supporting waves and deleted them? OKX is a mystery inside a riddle wrapped in an enigma, so we never had a proper communication with them. I remember losing when we had a market making team like years ago. We lost like 300K waves there, just it was gone. Like, but they found it in half a year. And I don't know, guys. I'm not sure that I want to know. So basically, they just delisted. In my opinion, it is somehow related to their presence in the US because they have like a US entity and they are like getting licensed in each state in the US. You need to do that. If you want to be in the US, you have to go through each state to get this license. And maybe it's connected to this, maybe to something else. So, but the volumes for waves were always very low on OKEx. So I was always wondering if it's like a real exchange at all. But it is, but it's just somehow for waves, it was very, very low. So it doesn't mean that just waves volumes were low. They were pretty big on Binance and on other exchanges, but on OKEx, it was always very, very little. So it made me wonder if it's like if it was real, like uh, Sasha, what do you think? The Fed will start lowering the rate before the US elections under Kamala already under Trump in December 24? What do you mean already under Trump? So you think Trump is gonna get elected? I'm not so sure, man. I think Kamala wins this, to be honest. But they both support crypto. Republicans support crypto because crypto is very Republican. It's a libertarian stuff. Like they love this shit. Like it's very close to their mentality. Not in terms of like decentralization, but in terms of like scarcity, like limited resource, like there is only 21 million Bitcoin. Republicans get it perfectly. As for Democrats, they just need to support it to keep up with the Republicans. So I don't think that if Kamala is elected, it's going to be bad for crypto. No, I think it's going to be more or less the same. As for lowering the rate, I don't think they're going to do anything before the elections at all. Okay, I may be wrong, but there's going to be some upheaval in the US, I think, in any case. So if Trump is not elected, they're going to do something. But looks like I'm not in the US, obviously, but looks like Democrats feel much better now. And there is a lot of excitement for Kamala. Okay, guys, so we are talking politics now. It means that it's time to wrap it up. So yeah, we are moving forward. Unit is coming pretty soon. Development is almost over. Marketing is ramping up, maybe not fast enough, but it is increasing. So the launch is coming. I love you all. Ride on waves. Unit is coming. And power to the people. Have a nice week. Till next Friday. I love you.